Hello One Church, it's great to see you today. From my home to your home, from my church to your church, I bring blessing and peace to your family at this time. I'd want to talk to you again about living big in lockdown, and I was caught by this verse this week in Psalm 37. It says this: "The wicked borrow and do not repay, but the righteous give generously." And I've just been caught by this word, being generous. What does it mean to be generous in a lockdown? Now, when I was a kid, there was a relative who used to send me a birthday card or Christmas card, and it was always £5 in it. And I knew before I'd even opened it, maybe you've got a relative who's the same. You know exactly what's coming your way. One Christmas, I opened it, and there was £50 in it. £50, and I was like, wow, what's this? We moved from something that was normal into something that was extra normal. We moved from something that was expected to something that was unexpected. You see, the issue is not about the amount of money. Being generous is about doing something unexpected, something that is extraordinary. And I want to live extraordinary. And I want to encourage you that we can be generous or we can be extraordinary in our words and our wealth and our ways. In our words, I want to encourage you this week, pick 5 people from your contacts and send them an encouraging text. Well, to be honest with you, that's normal. However, crafting words that are personal, that is extraordinary. Just today, I received a text from a friend who had crafted out a really encouraging message for me today, and it gave me the lift I needed this morning. Let's be generous with our wealth as well. My friends, they went to a supermarket and stood at the time when the NHS workers or the key workers and the elderly were using the supermarket and offered to pay for people's food. Oh, that was a really incredible, generous thing to do. But probably most of us can't afford to do that. But how about if you went to the shops for someone? Well, that's normal. But what about adding some extra ingredients, like a few treats, and sticking them in the bottom of the bag, so when they're digging in the bag for their tins and their eggs, they have a nice little surprise? Now that is extraordinary. We can be generous with our ways as well. The secret here is making generosity a lifestyle. Now, what I'm about to say may sound a little counterintuitive, but just stick with me for the next 60 seconds. Generosity as a lifestyle means looking after yourself first. What do I mean? Well, because clearly the Bible teaches us to put God first in all things, but contextually, I'm taking this as a given. A mistake we can make is once we've made God central, we immediately go into serving others. Whilst this is a good intention, it's sometimes, if not often, at the expense of ourselves. And we end up giving out of a deficit. We need to fill up so we can serve from the overflow of a grateful and generous heart. Now, if you've ever been on a plane, the rules of the plane always include that if something happens, an oxygen mask will fall from the ceiling and you need to put the mask on. It always says, if you're with a small child, put your own mask on first before you help the child. That's because breathing is natural until you're starved of oxygen. And generosity requires oxygen. You need to get the fuel into yourself first so that you can serve others. For generosity to be natural, a lifestyle requires careful and intentional self-management. Generous people look after themselves because they know they want to do this every day for the rest of their life. It's their way. Now that's living extraordinary. Come on, church, let's live big in this lockdown. Let's be generous in our words, our wealth, and our ways. And let's be extraordinary. God bless.